Hey everyone, Dave here. So active noise cancellation is extremely rare for a wired headset, and it's even more rare for a single speaker headset in general. The brand new Jabra Evolve2 50 has active noise cancellation on the single speaker option and the dual speaker option, and on top of that, it has Bluetooth built into it so you can use the headset on your computer and also pair it up to a smartphone, which is pretty sweet. If you've been around this channel a while, you know I despise wired headsets because the cable can get in the way. You can trip over it. If you're wearing your headset and step away from your desk, it can rip off your head. And also the cable just doesn't allow you to be as free as you would prefer to be. There is the wireless version of this headset called the Jabra Evolve2 55. We've done a full in-depth review of that video. Check it out in the card or the video description below. But there are a lot of good reasons to consider a wired headset. That is typically at a lower cost. You know, it's just plug and play, simple. You don't have to worry about battery life or troubleshoot wireless connections. The Jabra Evolve2 50 is very interesting because it's a wired headset that's available in a single speaker or dual speaker option and has active noise cancellation, or otherwise known as ANC, that electronically removes the background noise. So this is extremely useful if you have a louder environment. You're working from home, but you have a lot of kids in the background, or you're in an open office and just need to block out some of that distracting noise so you can focus on your work and be more productive. This is the headset to consider. Have a listen to this active noise cancellation test to see how well the active noise cancellation works on the Evolve2 50. It follows the design of the Jabra Evolve2 series, where it has that modern satin black finish, has an adjustable headband, and it has an extremely soft ear cushion that Jabra markets as air comfort technology, which, to be fair, it is extremely lightweight. It weighs between 3 to 5 ounces depending upon which model you get, and the ear cushion feels like it's filled with clouds, and it's thick enough to not feel the plastic housing beneath the cushion. So it's extremely comfortable, and it even has a noise canceling microphone so that your voice can be heard clearly, which we're gonna test out thoroughly later in this video and test it even against our blender. So stay tuned for that. Professional grade headsets typically have a controller in the middle of the cable. This allows you to do things like adjust the volume or answer and end phone calls, whereas the new Jabra Evolve2 50 has 6 buttons built into the headset that's typically found on wireless headsets. There is the Bluetooth button that allows you to pair up a smartphone, but more on that later. You have your active noise cancellation button that toggles the ANC feature on or off. Then you have your volume adjustments up or down, which also double as skip track forward and backwards when you're listening to music. And the middle button there allows you to pause or play music as well. And if you're in an active phone call, that same button will allow you to mute or unmute the microphone. Whereas the microphone boom also allows you to mute or unmute the microphone when you raise or lower the microphone boom. And lastly, my favorite button is the call control button on the side of the headset. This will answer or end a phone call if you have an application like Microsoft Teams or Ring Central. And if you have the Microsoft Teams version, it will also launch your Microsoft Teams application. You have 3 choices to make with the Jabra Evolve2 50. First is, do you want mono or duo wearing style? Then the connection type. You can get either USB-A or USB-C. And lastly, you can get UC optimized or Microsoft Teams optimized. And we get asked all the time, what's the difference between UC and Microsoft Teams? The Microsoft Teams is gonna have this awesome logo on the side of the headset. Also, the purple LED lights, which of course we like purple around here. But lastly, and most importantly, is it has Microsoft Teams software pre-installed into the headset. So you don't need to download anything extra if you use Microsoft Teams. It's automatically gonna give you the feature to be able to answer and end phone calls. You can launch the Microsoft Teams app with the push of a button and even mute or unmute the Microsoft Teams video meetings. Whereas the UC version, you're gonna have to download Jabra Direct. It will work on Teams or any other UC application that you have. But the bottom line is, if you use Microsoft Teams 80% of the time or more, or your company doesn't allow downloads, go with the Microsoft Teams. Otherwise, go with the UC version. Connecting it to a Windows or Mac computer is super simple. You just plug in the cable to the computer and that's it. Now, when you're talking about connecting it to the smartphone, that's very simple as well. You'll click and hold the Bluetooth button for about 3 to 5 seconds until the LED light starts to flash. Then you'll go to your smartphone's Bluetooth settings and you'll select Jabra from the list. And then you're paired to both the computer and the smartphone. All right, let's test out how it works when connected to the computer and the smartphone. We have the headset connected to our ears so you can hear what the headset hears. When you hear my voice on the YouTube video, that is the computer, and when you hear music, that is the smartphone. So let's get the audio on the YouTube playing. That's the computer. Now playing the smartphone audio, it looks like it's playing, but you don't actually hear anything. Now let's go ahead and pause that YouTube video. And now you can hear the audio through the smartphone. And then let's go ahead and play the computer audio, and you can see it automatically switches and prioritizes the computer.
Now, Jabra is not.
And it takes a second to switch back to the smartphone. And this is what it's like when a phone call interrupts your audio. So we have the computer audio playing.
For when you're listening to
then a phone call is going to come through on the smartphone. And go ahead and answer that. So this is what it's like, and then we'll go ahead and hang up the phone call, and that's how it works.
Of that noise canceling microphone.
And the headset can be fine-tuned on Jabra Direct software. This allows you to keep the headset up to date and also adjust settings like the EQ levels for audio, so you can customize your audio listening experience, and you can adjust features like side tone, which is highly desired by our customers, and even adjust that up to 5 different levels. You can change whether the headset actually mutes or unmutes the microphone when adjusting your microphone boom or answer calls, a lot of features through the Jabra Direct software. The speaker performance is solid for both music and phone calls, but the first thing I noticed when wearing the headset and listening to audio is how loud the volume gets. So you can be confident that no matter how loud your environment is, the Jabra Evolve2 50 will have plenty of volume for you to be able to hear. Have a listen to how well the audio quality of the speaker sounds on the Evolve2 50. One of the most important features of a headset is the microphone quality and noise canceling performance. Have a listen to how well the Jabra Evolve2 50 sounds against all of our noises. As a baseline test, we have the AirPods. This is what it sounds like in a quiet environment with the AirPods. This is what it sounds like. This is the Jabra Evolve2 50 in a quiet environment, and this is what it sounds like. And this is what it sounds like with the AirPods in an office environment. This is what it sounds like. And this is what the Jabra sounds like in an office environment. This is what it sounds like. And this is the AirPods with barking dogs in the background. This is what it sounds like. And this is barking dogs with the Jabra. This is what it sounds like with barking dogs in the background. And this is crying babies with the AirPods. This is what it sounds like with crying babies in the background. And this is crying babies with the Jabra. This is what it sounds like with crying babies in the background with the Jabra headset. And this is the AirPods with the blender in the background. This is what it sounds like with a blender in the background. And this is what it sounds like with a blender roaring with the Jabra headset. This is what it sounds like. What did you think of the overall microphone performance? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Overall, I thought the voice quality and the noise cancellation was outstanding on this headset.